life's kind of funny sometimes, you know? Like one day you're like a super uber pro like me, and then the next day you wake up and you find out that you're like, you know, even more awesome than like you were the day before, you know? And got all these powers now and stuff. Pretty much own anybody, but and I could see how to an average man, you know, it'd be pretty tough to kind of stay humble. Fortunately, I'm also really smart, so it's not too tough for me.
Pure Pwnage is an internet-only mockumentary that first appeared in 2004. 11 episodes later, it's estimated they have over 3 million viewers.
Jeremy Cole and FPS Doug have become internet superstars. Phrases like boom headshot,
I am the owner,
and Uber Micro have become everyday gamer language.
largely thanks to them. Episode 12 is headed towards a computer near you.
But before that, we've got Jeremy from Pure Pwnage. Welcome to Good Game. How you going?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for having me. That's really cool. Like, I met lots of Aussies on Vent all the time and all these games, so it's nice to talk to some more.
So how do you reckon Aussies rate?
You know, they're not so bad. They're kind of funny. I guess it's like another Canada or something. Like, they all seem to be pretty good.
Now, what games are you playing at the moment?
I'm playing, I guess, a lot of stuff. I got a DS Lite not so long ago, so I've been kind of been playing lots of portable stuff lately, lots of Battle Tetris and stuff like that, I guess, just kind of exploring a whole new genre right now.
Have you been brain training?
Oh yeah, I brain train every morning, yeah, for sure. Obviously, I'm 20 every day. I mean, there's no question. But actually, I just cracked 10 seconds on my calculations times 20, so I'm happy.
In the show, you seem to be a bit mad about being famous. Are ya?
Nah, to be honest, now I kind of like it.
This is so awesome. You so totally own. So, can I like walk with you guys?
Yeah, I guess so, sure. As long as you stay out of the shop.
Oh, like totally.
At first, it was a bit weird because I guess, and it's probably common with like a lot of gamers. I'm just not the most socially outgoing kind of guy, and so it's a bit weird at first because I'm really not the kind of guy that meets a lot of people and so much, you know, likes all the hanging out stuff. But so at first, you know, it was kind of weird, but you know, we kind of exaggerate in the show a bit. There's been a few moments that have been kind of suck for me because of it, but for the most part, it's really, really cool. You know, when people come up to me on the street, kids come up to me and they're freaking out. They're just so excited to meet me. I know it just makes me feel so good. You know, it just kind of fills me with these warm fuzzies, and I kind of, you know, I just feel so good for the next like few hours. And I think it's kind of funny that sometimes I probably feel better than they do.
Tell us about the bad things, like that guy watching you pee.
Yeah, that really did happen. You know, I was at the restaurant, going to the bathroom, and some guy standing next to me, he's smiling at me and staring at me the whole time. I thought he was going to touch me or something. It wasn't so bad, actually. The guy afterwards kind of realized that it might have been a bit weird, so he kind of apologized, and he just, you know, he didn't really know what to think or do at the time. He was kind of in shock, so I don't really blame him, but that's just an example of some of the weird things that can happen.
So how does it feel to have given the world, boom, headshot?
It feels really cool. Like, it's really hard to believe, too. I think, you know, we got kind of lucky a bit, maybe. I don't know. Everything kind of happened at just the right time, you know. All Cal's film equipment and stuff was coming out, and it was all really cheap, and you know, and there's all this sort of, you know, all these possibilities, like a BitTorrent, you know, is a way online. Most people know it because they probably pirate a bunch of stuff using it, but it's actually, like, you know, it's a really cool technology, and you know, really affected how people can transfer files around because everyone sort of shares the load, right? So it was because of BitTorrent that it really opened our eyes to the, you know, the fact that we could make a show that no matter how big it got, we would never have to worry about distributing it to the fans, you know.
Boom! Headshot! There's a guy right there. Bust through there. There's a guy on top of the stairs. Guess what? Boom! Headshot! Guy's coming around the corner through the secondary valve. Guess what happened, man?
Like headshot?
Oh, yeah! Headshot, man! Headshot!
So, you know, we just focused on, you know, my life and just doing stuff that was sort of real that I think that every real gamer out there appreciates, which is why I think the show's got so big because you know, there's no lies. It's, you know, it's not a bunch of writers making stuff up. It's just a real gamer and lots of the fun stuff and lots of the perspectives, you know, that me and my friends have always had. So, you know, we just kind of put that in the show, and it just you saw what happened, I guess.
Do you make a living from the show now?
Yeah, you know, it's worked out really good for us. I mean, I remember right when it started, like, me and Kyle, we bought like 100 shirts, and we had them in our little room. Our room was just like 8 feet by 8 feet, and so we got a couple boxes of shirts, and we were really excited, and we sold 2 the first week, and so, I wrapped them up myself, and I took them to the post office, and I mailed them out myself. Like, people don't know, Jeremy's wrapping the shirts, and Jeremy's taking the post office, and the next week it was 3 shirts, and then it just slowly kind of grew, and now, we sell a lot of shirts. Like, every day we're selling lots of shirts, and it's really cool. Because of it, Kyle's got tons of equipment. We got a nice new camera, we got lights, and we got, like, green screen. We got a bunch of really cool stuff that's, allowed mostly Kyle to do really cool stuff, and mostly me not, I guess. But it's really cool, and the whole giving the show away for free, I guess, it seems weird maybe to people that used to make movies and stuff, or still do kind of more traditionally. But to my generation, I kind of steal lots of my stuff for free from the internet. So it seemed kind of weird to try to charge people to watch stuff on the internet, because I know that I wouldn't myself. So it just made sense, you just give away the show for free. You want people to watch it, right? You want people to watch the show and love the show. And if people want to buy a shirt to support the show, that's really cool of them, and they can do that, and lots of people do. And so it's just kind of this weird new, I guess, business model that we kind of stumbled into. But, it's a blast, and allows us to, I make the show full time. I just game and I make the show, and so just kind of living a dream life, I guess, right now.
Do you still shove every shirt down your pants?
I shove down more shirts down my pants now than I think I ever did before. It's weird. It started as, it was kind of just a prank on a few people. Basically, if people wrote the Noob Store, which is where we sell our shirts through, it's our little store, and if they were kind of mean or complained a lot, if someone orders a shirt, like, and 2 days later they're like, "Hey, I didn't get my shirt yet, you guys suck," then I'll rub it down my pants, and then we'll mail it to the guy. And then we'll pull out Jerome's order. And then basically, I just kind of give it a good rub.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm increasing the value of the shirts, Kyle.
What? By sticking it down your pants?
Yeah, I rub all the shirts on my balls.
You rub all the shirts on your balls?
Come on, Kyle, some people aren't going to love that.
How long have you been doing that?
Since ever, Kyle. I told you. It just kind of started like that behind the scenes, and just pretty much, when we didn't like and did that, then, we give them a special treat, and so we decided to put it in the show, and then it just exploded, and now it's like this thing that we didn't really expect to happen, I guess. But just a couple weeks ago, I was at a comic convention for sort of an autograph signing thing, and it was amazing. Half the people were asking me to rub stuff on my balls, like, and yeah, it's really weird. I mean, all these guys too, they're just loving it and smelling it afterwards, and it's just, I guess it really just shows, I guess, the power of celebrity and the internet. But I mean, it's fun, it's cool. Sometimes in a hot day, I mean, before you had no option to get rid of that stuff, and now people just hand me things, so it's comfy.
Tell us your true feelings about World of Warcraft.
Well, I guess my feelings about WoW, I guess they're kind of the same feelings I have about most MMOs in general. It's kind of the whole genre, right? And I do have experience with it all. I mean, I play almost every game, so I mean, it's not like WoW was the first time I ever touched an MMO. I played EQ a bit, and I played UO, and I played DOC, and I played Star Wars Galaxies, and I played a lot. But my feelings about the genre is that it's not really a game. I kind of see it more as a hobby, something like building a train in your basement for fun or something. You kind of just work on your guy, and you invest your time, and you put your time in, and you just build him slowly in the background. He's kind of like a pet, or he's this thing you sort of get attached to your character, so you can't quit, and you got to keep building him, and you just keep building him like this hobby. It's always in the back of your mind, but it's not a game in the way that an RTS or an FPS is, where it just tests your skills, and you can turn it on, you can turn it off, and it's said and done, and you kill a bit of time. It's sort of something that dominates your mind and is sort of always there, and because of that, it's kind of scary, especially people like me. And I know people that can control it. Kyle plays WoW, and he plays it fine. He can play a couple hours here and there, and he's cool. But the people like me, it's it's not an option. It's got to be worse than crack cocaine. I don't see how anything could be worse than that for me. I play it nonstop. I play it 18 hours a day, and it dominates my life. So for me, it's a pretty terrible thing, but it's apparently really successful, and a lot of people like it. So, and I guess to each their own.
Well, when I started playing it, can you guys hear me all right? Yeah, okay, yeah. When I started playing it, I sort of thought that it was like a job. It's like you spend your time and it's kind of like work, like killing mobs or grinding. It's kind of like a job, and you just get a reward right away. And it's sort of there's gambling aspects, so there's some probability involved, and there's a lot of addictive properties to this. But really, I thought of it as a job with an instant reward, and it kind of sucked me in, and I started playing. And I used to laugh at Jeremy. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, you're addicted to this game, like. That's no big deal, and I can play that and stop playing it, no problem. But it kind of consumed me for a bit, and then I kind of realized what it was, and how much time you need to invest to actually be in the end game, and be a level 60 that actually does some of the end instances. It's just incredible, and the people I've met online too, they know so much about WoW, and it's just really amazing to me.
So I guess I'll just say in closing is that mostly as a multiplayer, sort of a player versus player type of gamer that I am. I'm not really into single player stuff. I'm not really interested in killing computer stuff. There's not too much for me there, I guess. I mean, there is PvP in MMO, but it's not fair in the sense that in RTS or FPS is you don't start with the same things on the other side of the map, and you build up, and it's a test of pure skill and speed. It's just pretty much a test of who spent more time getting better gear and this and that, and it's in that way that it could never appeal to me as much as skill-based games.
Can you tell us the plans with the Master?
Oh, why? I don't even know what the plans are with the Master. To be honest, he doesn't tell me as much as sometimes I'd like. But there's lots of big stuff brewing. He's always dropping these cryptic hints at me and stuff, and I'm trying to figure them out, but I know something cool is going to happen. I know that much for sure, but beyond that, I don't know for sure.
Do you reckon you'll be coming down under anytime soon?
Yes, I think that is absolutely going to happen. As to when, that's we don't know. But man, me and Kyle, we had such a good time I'd never been overseas before. I'd never been to anywhere outside of Canada and the U.S. So it was just so cool for me to see the buildings and the languages and the cultures is so different. Yes, and the similarities. I really learned a lot. I think I kind of grew up quite a lot in those couple of weeks, and I'm just so looking forward now to seeing more stuff. I kind of have this bug now. I just want to get up and go and. It doesn't help that we get emails every day from Aussies and from people in Britain and Norwegians, and they're just like, come on down, you can stay with me, just come on down. And if it wasn't for making the show, I would already left. But I think more than almost anything, more than almost all the new games coming out, I really want to check out Australia.
How was your trip to Amsterdam?
It was really cool seeing all the buildings built so close together and all the windmills and stuff like that. Feels like I'm in Age of Empires 3 or something, It's kind of waiting for the Janissaries to rush me any second, It's just so cool. I guess, having been in Canada where everything's so big and spread out my whole life, it's hard to believe they fit so much stuff in such a little area. But, I don't know, the people were just so friendly and everything just had this kind of atmosphere that slightly different. People were almost a little more laid back or something, not so work driven, which is for people like me, it's a slightly better, kind of climate, I guess. It was really cool.
Now, is it really all about winning?
To me, yeah, it is, and lots of people maybe think I'm bad for that, like I'm not a good person or something. But I'm just being honest. It's just who I am. I can't help it. Anything I do, it's always been that way since I was 2 years old, whether it was math problems in class when I was in school, or all the way through to gaming or sports or whatever. I had to be the best, and if I'm not, I just get so mad at myself, mostly myself. I don't just get mad at people. And it got to a point, I compete so much that pretty much I used to just compete against myself, would spend all those afternoons, and I'm 12, you know, I'm time trialing F-Zero against myself, doing all these things, just always competing though. It's always just about winning, and you know, that's just fun to me. Winning is the ultimate fun. It's this big rush that I just love so much. But at the same time, I do know that lots of people don't play games for that. They play games to kind of relax or get away, and you know, I have to admit I don't get that because it's not me. But I do know people feel that way, and I don't judge them too harshly. You know, I just like to own them when we do meet.
Jeremy from Pure Pwnage, thanks heaps for joining us on Good Game.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you so much for having me. It's been awesome. I look forward to going to Australia, to be honest.
You can't hold down a job as a game tester. I honestly don't know what kind of job you're going to be able to get.
Kyle, that was not like to advertise it at all. Like, seriously, that was not my fault. Like, really. Take your pony to the next water station. Brush her hair. Okay. Your pony died because it wasn't pretty enough. Ah!